I'd like to do tonight is go over how to use copy trader, like if you're trading the overnight trading strategy, and how to level up as far as copy trading multiple prop firm accounts, multiple personal accounts, and how I would go about doing that, how to designate a master account and your subsequent slave accounts. Okay. We'll go over the terminology of that if you're not familiar with what that is. Talk about the benefits of a copy trader, also the cons of a copy trader. Another thing we'll go over is I'd like to spend some time tonight going over how to subscribe to third-party copy traders. So whether you want to copy trade your own funds or if you want to copy trade somebody else's copy trader so that you can grow your account passively. I'm going to give you some best practices and things to look out for when you're copy trading with your own with your own funds and especially copy trading somebody else's technology. Okay, so that's what I'd like to go over in this call today. Before we get started, as always, I need to remind everybody about the risks involved in this market. You can lose all or more than your initial investment if you're not careful. So please be aware of how many pips you're risking on each trade, in addition to how big your lot size is and ultimately how that would affect your account if you were to lose money. So make sure that you're going through that process each and every time that you take a trade. I want to welcome everybody. Like I said, just want to say hello to all those live here today. One second, I got to close my blinds here. It gets kind of bright at this hour. The sun, just as it's setting, it comes right into the office here. So just got to close those. All right. Want to welcome everybody. If you're watching this on YouTube, want to say hello to you guys. YouTube channel's been blowing up recently, so it's been got a lot of new people to first time viewing the program. Excited that you guys would join us, whether you're watching this on the website or on YouTube. Want to say hello to everybody and welcome you guys here. And like I said, before we get started, just as always, got to remind you guys about the risks involved in this market. You can lose all or more than your initial investment if you're not careful. So make sure that you're managing your risk on each trade. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this. So let's talk about like what a copy trader is in the first place. So I think a good place to start, I like to ask the AI when I have questions. So let's ask the AI here. What is a Forex copy trader? And let's see if we can get an answer here. Um, so this is talking about the third party one, right? So it says is someone who uses a service or platform to automatically replicate the trades of a professional. We won't read the whole thing. I'm just going to read the first paragraph. Professional or experienced trader in the Forex market instead of manually making trading decisions. The copy trader connects their account to that of a skilled trader, often referred to as a signal provider, and the trades are executed by the professional or copied in real time into the copy trader's account. All right, so pretty straightforward, I think. Hopefully, it's straightforward. But I actually explained this concept today to somebody who had never traded before. I went golfing with some people today, and they were asking about what we do and what a copy trader is and all this kind of stuff. And so, basically, it's a way for somebody who doesn't know anything about the markets. Period. They just don't know anything about the markets. They want to copy trade somebody who is a successful trader. You could connect your account to the third party service, and whenever the professional trader or the signal provider takes a trade, that automatically and immediately gets taken in the other person's account. So you're basically taking the same trades as the professional, which is really, really cool. So you don't necessarily even have to know a lot about trading to copy trade somebody else's copy trader. Now, for those of you that are like a lot of you guys are trading our overnight trading strategy or some of our other systems, and I know a lot of people have had a lot of success with that overnight system recently. We've had a lot of people pass prop firm challenges or different phases of a prop firm challenge. Recently, I just passed my phase one of an FTMO challenge on Friday, which was really cool. So I'm on to phase two already, which is really awesome. And so if you have multiple prop firm accounts and you're trying to manage lots of different capital, it's really hard if you think about it. Like if you want to take the overnight trades and say, and I know traders that do this, like that have five different trading accounts. Let's say you have $100,000 prop firm account with top tier trader, and then a $200,000 account with alpha trader firm, and then another $100,000 account with, I don't know, funding pips or something like that. And you want to manage all of that. Uh, I mean, if you're taking those trades every night, you got to log into three or four different trading accounts and just do it over and over and over again, do a different lot size calculator for each one. And that can become pretty time consuming. And so one of the things that you can do is set up a copy trader for yourself. So you are the professional trader, and then you connect all of your trading accounts to the copy trader. And then subsequently that copy trader then takes, when you take the trade in one account, it then just takes it in all the other accounts, which is super awesome, right? Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that. I'm going to show you a good place to do that. I'm also going to show you guys how to evaluate different copy traders from other people. So I have this little, this is called Copy Trader Metrics. I'm going to show you how to evaluate a trading system, like how I evaluate a trading system to decide if I want to invest in somebody else's, um, yeah, trading strategy, right? So I'll kind of go, I'll show you what I look for that way. I'm going to show you these websites. We'll do this at the end. I'm going to show you guys how to comb through different um, copy traders and robots with these are probably the top two places to go as far as Forex trading goes. Signalstart.com and MQL5.com are the two most popular places to copy trade other traders. So I'll show you guys how to do that. But we'll do that at the end. What we're going to start off with is this, though. I'm going to show you guys how to use Copygram. Okay, so Copygram is a copy trader that's meant for people who, or traders who aren't necessarily like they're not looking. You're not looking here to copy trade a professional, but rather you're trying to let's say you have three or four, five, six, seven, eight trading accounts, and you want to manage them all in one place. Copygram is a service that allows you to do that. So you can actually connect your accounts to Copygram, and then you can create what's called a room. You can create a room, and then that room is where you can copy trade the, like you can take, once you create the room, then you can go ahead and start taking those trades in the master account, and then the slave accounts or follower accounts will take the exact same trade, which is super awesome. That way, when you take your overnight trade at night, you only have to take it once, but then all of your other accounts will follow suit, which is super awesome. Saves a little bit of time. I usually would say this is probably worth it to somebody who has more than two accounts. If you have just one or two account, I mean, this service does cost, they're a little expensive. It's $100 a month to use Copygram. Last I checked, at least that's the cost to use Copygram. There's a few other places out there, like I used to use Social Trader Tools. They're a pretty good copy trader. Here's their website, Social Trader Tools. The only issue with this copy trader is it only works, last I checked at least, it only works for MT4 and MT5. So if you're trading MT4 and MT5, this is a great copy trader, probably my favorite copy trader to be honest. But and maybe they now allow like DX trade and match trader and C trader and so on. Um, but yeah, a lot of prop firms now, like most prop firms are using, they're not using MT4 and MT5 anymore. They're using DX trade, match trader, C trader, and so on. And so Social Trader Tools, last I checked, does not accommodate that versus if you look at Copygram, they do. So let me show you how this works. It's really simple. You just come in here, and once you sign up, you can add your trading accounts. So you'll have to come in here and connect however many trading accounts you have or that you would like to do. I've added a few today to um, show you guys how this is to be done. Um, At least I thought I did. I think I added some accounts to show you guys. Oh, yes, here we go. So, yep, I've got some trading accounts just to kind of illustrate how this connects and so on. So, you can add a trading account. It's pretty simple. You just click add trading account, and then you can click what platform it's on: MT4, MT5, DX Trade, Trade Locker, and Match Trader, which is great because those are kind of like the major platforms that most people are trading with. Then you would click on it, click next. It'll ask for your trading credentials, like your login and password. So you'll have to provide that so that you also need to know the server, which your MT4, MT5, or your platform is on. So you'll have to connect that. Then you can go ahead and create a room, and the room is where you connect everything and configure all your settings, your risk management settings, and things like that. And so you go ahead and create a room here. I'm just going to call this one test. Let's create a test room, and you have to create. They label it as a sender account and a receiver account. This is also known as a master account and a slave account. Okay, I think Social Trader Tools calls it master and slave account. These guys call it sender and receiver. So the sender is an account that you plan to trade yourself. It's the one that will be taking the trades. Okay. And the sender or the receiver account is the account that's going to receive that order instantly and then subsequently take that trade in that account automatically. So that's not the receiver of the account is the one that you don't really want to deal with, but you want it to be taking the same trades. So you just have to designate which account you plan to take the trades in. I usually recommend that this is the account that you care the most about, the sender account. So, if you have like a um like a personal account with your own money, let's say you put 5,000, 10,000, $50,000 or whatever you put into a personal account with Awanda or forex.com. I usually designate my sender account as the account that, like, okay, like, that's my real money. I care more about that. And the reason why is just because if there is ever something that goes wrong on the receiver side of things, I would rather the receiver account take the hit than the sender account, because the sender account is the one I care more about. If I guess if you care equally amount, not that I've actually never had issues, just so you know, but like I just prefer to have more control over the account that I care more about. So obviously if I'm putting $50,000 into a trading account with Awanda, that 50 grand is kind of important to me and I don't want to lose it. So, not that I would lose it, I just prefer to have a little bit more hands-on with that money. Okay. Like if let's say I lose a 200K prop from account, even though 200 grand is more money, um, I can just reapply for another prop from account for another $1,000. And yeah, you don't want to lose them. You got to take care of them. Like $1,000 is still, that's $1,000, right? Like that's money, right? We don't want to lose that. But I would much rather have more control over my 50 grand than I would on my. I hope this concept is making sense, right? That's my 2 cents on this. So I would make your sender account the account that you care more about. Like maybe you don't have a personal account with your own money. Maybe you just only trade prop firms. Well, then, yeah, just make your favorite prop firm, or maybe the one that you prefer to take trades in. Maybe you hate taking trades in DX trade, but you like taking trades in match trader. Okay. So just wherever it's easier to take the trade, maybe that's what you put in instead. Um, or maybe it's easier to take trades in MT4, or whatever your routine works better, because you're going to have to designate at least one of these accounts to be an account that you trade. And so that's what I would do. Okay.
Hey traders, it's Steve from the future. I hope you have enjoyed this video so far. If you are getting value out of this video, be sure to hit the like button, click the subscribe button, and share your trading thoughts. I read all the comments, so feel free to ask any questions you have there too. On a side note, I host live trading calls like this one you are watching every day. Some of my biggest trading secrets I share exclusively to just the members in my program. I host these live trading calls every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I also host a basic training webinar every Monday for the newer traders and the regular COT report and sentiment trading webinars every Wednesday night at 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern for the advanced and aspiring traders. All of these calls are recorded and promptly posted on the members' trading calendars at the conclusion of each call in case your schedule does not permit you to come to the live call. All of my members have complete access to the scanner. We call it Steve Scanner. This is an institutional grade trade alert scanner that picks the direction of the week on all 28 major currency pairs and includes trading instruments like gold, silver, NAS 100, US 30. Just in the last 90 days, I have made over 3,000 pips just taking the top trade signals from the scanner at the beginning of the week and then just holding those trade alerts until Friday. If you want access to the scanner, you can start a 14-day free trial with the join link in the description to get started. Lastly, if you really want to be a full-fledged VIP member of my program to get access to things like the basic training course, live signals channel, Steve's scanner, trading calendars, and the one-on-one calls with me throughout the month, you can use code YouTube50, that's YouTube50, no spaces at checkout, and save $50 on your first month. Again, just click the link in the description below and apply that coupon to become a VIP member, and I look forward to helping you with your inevitable trading success going forward. Now, back to the video.
All right. So you can add a sender. So you click add sender first, and then you'd have to connect your account. And so you could click on like MT5 right here, or MT4, and then you could pick what you want. And so I have this MT5 master account that I've designated for today. And I'm just going to click on that and save. And then what I'm going to do is don't click this button yet right here, this one in the middle. This is the one that activates the actual, like if you click that play button, that will activate your copy trader, right? And so if you want to I mean, you're going to have to do that eventually, but don't do that until everything is ready to go. So now you got to add a receiver. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a receiver. And let's just do the Awanda slave account. Okay. Add receiver. And then before, I mean, you can click away. Let's go ahead and click away. And so you can see that it's in there, but we need to change the settings. So I'm going to click here and click settings. And then right here, this is kind of an important page because you're designating like all the details. Okay. Everything that you're about to do in this account, you're designating right here. The most important fields in this are probably just these first couple. Okay, so this is your money management field. And this is basically how big of a trade you want the account to take, because obviously this is going to copy the trades over into the sender, or the sender is going to copy trade into the receiver account, which is what we are editing right now. We're editing the settings of the receiver account. All right. And so if you click here, this is going to give you a drop down. This is your money management options. So you got several money management options right here. Okay. So you have this one called money management from room multiplier. You have a fixed lot size, and you have a X amount of lots per $1,000, risk percentage of balance. Okay. So we'll go over these briefly. Money management option is the one that I usually use. And if you click the money management option, it says to copy same size of your sender, choose money management option from the multiplier with a value of 1. And so if I put in the number 1 right here and a select multiplier from room, what this is going to do is that when the 200K account, which is the sender account, takes a trade, the 100K account, which is the receiver account. So I have basically one account that's 200 grand, another account that's 100 grand. If I put this at 1, it's going to take the exact same trade. So if the 200K account takes a trade with 2 contracts, this account's also going to take 2 contracts. So that means this account would be risking twice as much, as like proportionally it would be risking 2 times the amount of risk. we don't really want to do that. So since this account is half the size of the sender account, I'd have to change this to zero point 0.5. And then that would actually be the one for one. Okay, so when the sender account takes a trade with two contracts, this account will take a trade with just one contract, which would be appropriate because we want to make sure that the risk is equal, right? So there's the money multiplier option. Another option is to do risk percentage balance. This one is really good. So percentage risk balance. So you can if you just do 1.0, that's actually easier because this actually does the math for you. You don't need to do the math. If you do the money management option I just showed you, you'd have to do the math in your head. With this one, it does it for you. So you just put in the number 1 or 1.0, and it already knows to go off of the balance. So it's like, okay, the sender account is 200K, the receiver account is 100K. That's half the size. It already does the math for you. So if you leave it at 1.0, it will automatically make sure that the same trades get taken, but by half the size, because that would be proportional and appropriate for that receiver account. Okay. So that's actually probably the preferred thing to do is just go percentage risk balance. That's probably what you should do. Now, you can also do it by a fixed lot size. Like, for example, there are some, like I saw this in a one on one this week, met with a trader. Unfortunately, has a prop firm that has a consistency rule, which we've talked about how the prop firms that have consistency rules are prop firms that we probably shouldn't be using. Basically, for those that don't know what a consistency rule is, there's a handful of prop firms out there that have a really dumb rule, and you have to look it up in the fine print or in the FAQ. You have to actually look for it. It's not necessarily on the main page where they try to sell you on the prop firm challenge. Um, and it's a rule where if you change your lot size up on each trade, let's say, like with the overnight strategy where like you take one contract one night and then 3 nights later you're taking three contracts instead of one, they view that as an inconsistency. Because of the consistency rule. What they're looking for to fail you on your challenge is they want to see you. Well, I guess they depends on their perspective, right? If they want to fail you, what they're looking for is they want to see you uh, change your lot size up quite significantly. Okay, so if one trade you're taking one contract, the next trade you're taking five contracts, that's an inconsistency, and you would fail your challenge. Or what usually happens is they revoke your withdrawal request. They just deny your withdrawal request. So that's actually what happened with this other prop firm. They had a consistency rule. The trader went to go request payout, and the trader had worked so hard to pass the challenge, got it passed, even made money in the funded account, and ultimately was denied their payout because of the consistency rule. So, and the reason why I bring this up in conjunction with this copy trader here is some prop firms you're going to want to keep the lot size basically the same, and the way you do that is you just do a fixed lot. So what you do if you check mark the fixed lot, just every time the account takes a trade, it would just take the trade with whatever lot size you indicate. So if you said 0.01, it would just do a micro contract per trade. If you did 1.0, every single time the master account or sender account takes a trade, the receiver account would also take that same trade, but at a fixed lot size of 1.0. That kind of defeats the purpose of the overnight trading strategy, though, because we are trying to change the lot size up to achieve an outcome on a day to day basis. And so that to me doesn't make a lot of sense to use unless you're doing some kind of, yeah, like the only time I would do the fixed lot size option, guys, is if your prop firm required you to have a fixed lot size because they have a consistency rule. So you got to check for this. A lot of prop firms Well, I wouldn't say a lot of prop firms have this rule. Some do. We checked recently with Alpha Trader Firm last week or a few weeks ago. They do not, and that seems to be a much better company to be trading with. FTMO, I'm not aware. I don't believe they have a consistency rule as far as the lot size goes. They just have, caps on how big your lot size can be and so on. So anyway, just wanted to share that little tip. I think that will help a lot of you guys, especially when you go out purchasing prop firms. Definitely, if you're about to purchase a prop firm challenge, give me a call. Like, I want to make sure you guys pass your challenges. If you're going with a company that we don't really talk about, let's talk about it. I will give you some of the best tips that will help you determine if it's a good company or not. It is actually hard to know who's a good company and who's not nowadays, but um, so how do you know? And the thing that I've come up with is to control what you can control. And so that is to be knowledgeable about the things that prop firms are don't tell you. So if they have a consistency rule, stay far away from that prop firm. If they have a let's see, a relative drawdown or dynamic drawdown, usually that's a sign that that prop firm's not that great. And so we just have to look for those types of things. And then, if the prop firm checks all the boxes, even if they're a newer prop firm, usually I'm okay with maybe spending a little bit of money and trying out the prop firm so long as their rules look good. But if they start to not check those boxes, um, even if they've been around for a little bit, it's maybe something where we consider maybe we shouldn't be using these guys, right? So, all right, guys. So yeah, this is probably the most important field when you're doing a copy trader is this right here. And then beneath that, you've got the stop loss option. So you can say copy the stop loss from the room. That's usually what you're going to do unless you want a custom stop loss per trade, which I don't really recommend. So just do from room. This says execute trades with with no stop loss. I don't know why you would want to do that. I would say just take the trades, only take trades if it has a stop loss. Um, take a copy, take profit from room, execute trades with no take profit. That's up to you. I usually I put in a trade with a take profit on each of my trades, so that doesn't really matter. I'm not going to worry about this field unless you guys have questions about this part. Close and modification of orders. Copy close orders, true. Copy modification of orders, true. Yep. That's pretty much it. Like that's all you really got to do. And then once you like the settings that you have, then you can go ahead and click save. And then you're out of here. And then you could go ahead and click this button, and then it would activate your copy trader. And you can create as many copy trader, like you can add another account, like you could add another receiver account. And like if you had more accounts to add, you could add those in here with the same settings, which is awesome. So that's Copygram, guys. This is a great little tool. Um, if you're just trading a couple of accounts, probably not really worth your time or money. But if you start to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 accounts, definitely consider a copy trader like Copygram. And I've used these guys, and I still use these guys, and they're good. I like it. Um, Pretty simple website and setup, not too hard to navigate. All right, so let's switch gears a little bit, guys. I want to show you. Let's go and talk about um, like professional copy traders now. Unless you guys have other questions, if you have questions about personal copy traders, let me know. I'd be happy to answer those questions. Wes says, after a trade is taken in the master account, then modified, will the slave accounts also be modified? Let's see. After a trade account is taken, the master account, then modified, will the slave account? Yes. So if you have that modified copy modifications field turned on, in the settings on the receiver specifically, it will copy those modifications. So for example, what's an example of a modification of an order? Let's say you close half your position on a trade. That's a modification because it's no longer the original trade. You've now closed out half your position. That modification will copy to the receiver so long as that setting is turned on. Yeah, that's a great question. Yep, they do copy. All right, guys. So this is signalstart.com. Oh, I have a special announcement. I forgot to mention this. I am launching this week. I'm going to be launching a copy trader of my own for the overnight trading strategy. This probably doesn't matter too much to a lot of you guys, but I do want to announce it anyways. I'm going to be launching a copy trader for the overnight trading strategy. So it's going to be an account. It's going to be a live account that only trades the overnight full Sydney box method of the strategy, and it will be launched on signalstart.com. And so it'll be a live account that I will be trading and on the Awanda broker, and I'm gonna just trade the overnight strategy full Sydney box. And it's gonna cost. I think the price is gonna be $100 a month. Um, so if any of you want to just have me trade it for you in your own account, I'm happy to do that. Um, or if you know other people that would be interested in copy trading the full Sydney box of the overnight trading strategy, I'd be happy to do that. And that'll be through signalstart.com. So I'm launching that, which will be super awesome. Um, yeah, it's pretty, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll show you guys how to use Signal Start and how to look for different copy traders and best practices. We're going to do that right now. Uh, but yeah, pretty cool. For a lot of you guys though, I don't know if it really matters too much because a lot of you guys are like, well, I don't really need to copy you, Steve, because I already know how to trade it, or I'm doing this myself, so don't really need it. Totally get it. I'm just announcing that's what I'm going to be doing, and we'll be adding that onto the website. So as another service that people can subscribe to. What's also cool is that account will be you'll actually be able to look up the overnight trading statistics just directly on a place like my FX book rather than like looking at our spreadsheet. So you'll be able to see like the progress of the strategy over time, the wins, the losses, and all that kind of stuff, which will be super awesome. What's the capital recommended for it? Well, it depends on what you're trying to do. So as of late, as you guys know, the overnight trading strategy has averaged about a 3 to 5% return a month. And so if past results indicate future results, which they don't always do, but let's say they in this case it does, then yeah, you would expect to make a 3 to 5% return a month, assuming that that continued. Um, um, and So if you put in like let's say $10,000, you would probably make between $300 and $500 a month. If you put in 5,000, yeah, you'd make 100, couple hundred to 250 a month, something like that. Maybe some months a little more, some months less. So yeah, I don't plan. I'm just planning to do it just the simple, like the 1.5 multiplier up to 6 days to get a win, full Sydney box, like pretty straightforward overnight trading strat. I'm not going to do any Reaper stuff. No half Sydney box. It's just full Sydney box, 1.5 multiplier. That's it. So that's what we'll be doing with that. Um, Okay, this is great. I'm glad Anthony asked this question. So, because I knew there was something in my head, I was like, "There's something I got to bring up." Um, that is exactly what I was thinking about. So, thank you, Anthony. So, Anthony says, probably a new question. Can this service be connected to a prop firm account? Okay, so yes and no, and let me kind of go over this real quick. So, here's the deal: you can connect you can connect a prop firm account to say like I can copy trade your prop firm account happily and it would work. Here's the problem though. So just hear me out on this. So here's the deal. If a prop firms have these technologies where they can monitor activity across multiple accounts. So if let's say let's say, okay, let me put it this way. Let's say you, Anthony, set up your prop firm account and Mohammed also has a prop firm account at the same company, and you both connect to my copy trader on the overnight trading strategy. The issue is their technology can detect and will detect if, because what will happen is when I take the overnight trade at night, in my personal account, it will automatically execute into Mohammed's prop firm account and Anthony's prop firm account at the exact same time within milliseconds. It will be the exact same trade. Lot sizing will be a similar thing proportionally. Like it's all going to look very suspicious. And so the prop firm more than likely will see that. And if it catches it, they usually don't fail you if they catch it while you're trying to pass, but they'll discount any trades that you took to pass your challenge. So you'll have to try to pass it a different way. Or I've especially seen it when you go out to get payout. Like once you're finally funded and when you try to go get payouts, like let's say Muhammad and Anthony are funded at the same time, and when you go to collect payout, they'll be like, "Yeah, so there's another user account. We're not going to tell you who it is, but somebody else is also trading the exact same strategy. We think you're copy trading a signal provider, and you won't be able to collect payout." So, like Mohammed said, they'll probably catch you. So the answer, like I said, can you use this for a prop firm? Yes, but no. Like honestly, I should just say no. Like I should just honestly say no. Like, can you set it up? Yes, it can be set up. Will they catch you? Pretty good chance. Like especially if lots of other people start copy trading it into their prop firm accounts, and if somebody happens to be using the same prop firm as you, like yeah, they'll probably catch you. So um, I've seen it. It's been done before. I've seen people pass their challenges copy trading other people's systems, but I just wanted to share that right now because they will probably catch you. So I guess what I should say, I should not be wishy-washy on this. No, like the answer is no. You probably shouldn't do that because it's too high of a risk. Now, like I said, they probably won't fail you because I've seen people do this before. And what they do is they just send you an email saying, "Hey, we think you're copy trading. That's a soft breach. You'll just have to trade differently." So anyway, so hopefully that answers your question. Probably best to just do it with live money. Um, let's see. Anthony says, "Is your service copying trades or do you manually using an EA?" So as of right now, the plan is to just have me manually trade it. Like I'm gonna do it on my own. And then you'll do that. I have my EA, like I have a EA that's trading the overnight trading strategy. We have finally debugged it, which is awesome. It wasn't What was happening is it was taking the overnight trades like clockwork, but the problem was is it wasn't multiplying correctly. So it wasn't multiplying the trade, unfortunately. And so we had to debug that for the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's finally been debugged. And so my plan is to continue to demo that EA for another month, we'll say. If it continues to trade the strategy like clockwork, I may just move the copy trader into the EA. So the EA will just trade the overnight strategy going forward. But I mean, I'll let you guys know when that happens. But right now, it's just going to be me personally manually taking the trades on the copy trader. Um, let's see. Roger says you have to have a big enough account, be profitable enough to cover the fees. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, and that's true with all different types of copy traders. So I wanted to show you guys this. So this is signalstart.com, and you can click on their Forex signals right here. And you can view, like, just on this first page, you can view the different types of copy traders, right? Like you've got this one, it's called Mantle, and it's ranked number one out of like 1,000 records. Okay, there's 1,000 different copy traders you can copy from here. So you got Mantle, number one. It's had 170% gain. It's made 9,000 pips. Drawdown's been 7%. But it's only been around for 3 months and 16 days. They charge $89 a month. right? So, like, what is this? Like, for those that are wondering what the heck this is, basically, this is a place where you can come. These are successful traders. Some of them are some of them are not successful. These are successful traders generally, where you can come and click on like, you can click on this and you can be like, oh, okay, I like this trading system. It makes sense with my risk management strategy and, I like what they're doing. And then you could click copy and then it would ask you to connect your MT4 or MT5 account, which, by the way, that's a little thing there. You can only copy trade MT5 and MT4 accounts. You can't copy trade like a DX trade in a DX trade platform unless, here's the unless. Let's say you connected, here's actually a workaround way to make it work. You could connect a MT4 MT5 account that trades. Let's say you liked this guy and you wanted to copy his trades. You could copy this guy's account to your MT5 account or MT4 account, then connect that MT5 account as the sender on Copygram, and then the receiver could be like your DX trader, match trader on Copygram. So that's kind of like a workaround way to achieve the means that you're looking for. Anyway, there's a lot of different ways you can make that work, but so yeah, but yeah, this is an example of a place. Like I said, you could come here and you could look at their statistics. You can be like, okay, their account balance is $2,300. They've deposited 1,000 originally. They've made a 170% return. They've taken 98 trades per month. Average trade holding time is 7 hours and 26 minutes. So, um, okay. So basically this is just, a place where you'd come and be like, okay, if you liked it, you could then copy these guys. So if you go back to the homepage here, you can look at all the other ones, right? Like here's this one called Trader 999. You could click on that and learn more about it, and so on. Let's see. Anthony says, do prop firms care if you copy your own trades? Say, I have 3 FTMOs. Um, okay, that's another great question. So it really does depend on the prop firm. Okay, so like for example, with FTMO, from what I understand, don't quote me on this. I'd ask them, but last time I checked in with them, this was their stance. So with FTMO, they were okay with you copy trading the same strategy in the same like across multiple accounts, so long as it did not go over a threshold. I believe it's $400,000. Don't quote me on that. I'm just giving you an example. So if your 3 accounts surpassed over 400K, that would be grounds for failure. Okay. I would definitely check with them first though. There's other companies that are just not okay with that period, so you can't copy trade at all. Um, like I know another company, like for example, the Funded Trader, they allow copy trading, but they only allow your account with them to be the sender account. So they're okay with you doing it so long as they're the sender, and not the receiver side of the copy trade, which to me was like, oh, well, that's dumb because I was hoping to copy trade that account. So I don't know how they are able to figure it out, but I just figured you might as well, if that's the rules, you might as well just, instead of trying to get sneaky with it, just do what they say. That way, you'll always have recourse if something goes wrong. Just, I'd rather look for a different prop firm than try to be sneaky with a prop firm that has specific rules. Like if they have specific rules and go through the time to give you those very, very specific rules, I'd rather just find a different prop firm. Like just like, oh, okay, well, I guess you didn't earn my money. I'll go spend my money someplace else where they're going to give me rules that are favorable for passing my challenge. Like I only want to go with prop firms that allow me to trade the overnight trading strategy, period. Like if they're not going to let me, change my lot size up um, on a daily basis, I'm just not interested because I have to be able to change my lot size up to get to make the overnight trading strategy work. If you can't change your lot size, it's just like I it doesn't even make sense to trade. And that goes for like everything too. Like I mean, even the price action trades, my lot size is so different on each price action trade. Some trades, the the when you have a wide stop loss and a wide target, those have a small lot size. But when you're more defined with your entry, those have a bigger lot size. So to me, you have to be able to, change your lot size to get what you're looking for. Anyway, yeah, that's a really great question. Glad you asked it. Okay. So let me give you guys some tips here. So by the way, this is their site. I'm going to put this in a link in the chat box for those that want it. So there's 1,000 different copy traders here that you can copy from, but some of them are just not good. Like I can filter this like this by gain. Like if I filter this the other way, um, here, watch this. If I click this button again, there you go. It's going to show you all these different terrible, these are zombie bots. Zombie, these are zombie, um, what are they called? Um, just like forex signal providers that have failed. Like look at this, 99.9% loss, 99.9% loss, 99.9% loss. Like all of these have just failed, and some of these worked for quite some time. Like look at some of these. Like let's click on like this guy right here, this 6677. If you click on this, look at this account. Oh dang, that's terrible. I don't know if this is the greatest example. Well, you can kind of see down here, like it had all these gains. Like, okay, in January, it was up 7%, up 6%, up 21, up 9%. And then it kind of went on for a year of profitability. And then starting in August and September, it just fell apart, right? I don't know if that's the best example of one. Let's see if I can find another good one. Let's maybe go to this one called Patron Trades. Oh yeah, here's a really good example. So this one was up in 2021 and it made a total of 23% gain in about a year. But ultimately just fell off a cliff right here. It just like fell apart, right? So what causes a trading robot or a trading algorithm like this to just completely fall apart like this? Well, usually it's some kind of martingale that's uncontrolled. So one of the ways I check to see if a robot is using martingale, two ways to do that. One is to go look at their order history, which you can actually do in here. You can go down to history right here, and you can filter by, let's see, you can filter by lots. And so, yeah, here you go. So you can kind of see like the progression of trades. Like this was on 1.98% or 1.98 lot. Down here is, 0.69. And so that it looks like they're changing their lot size up a lot. And so that's usually a martingale thing, which I'm not necessarily opposed to martingale if it's controlled. So one of the ways you know if they're controlling their martingale is by how big their drawdown gets. And so that's why I created this right here, which is how I evaluate different copy traders and trading algorithms. So one of the things that I look for is yeah, it's number two. Biggest drawdown during the period less than 20% is my preference. I actually like to see drawdowns less than 10%. If you see a EA or a copy trader on signalstart.com or MQL5 and their drawdown gets over 20%, if it gets to 30, 40, 50%, why would you ever even want to use that? Because if you start having drawdowns that are above 20%, I mean, think about that. Like if you invest $10,000 into something already at 20%, that means like you could be down to like to 8,000, right? And that's just too much. I mean, to me, if you go beyond that, that's just too much money. Like who cares if a copy trader can double your money, if during a year they might lose half your money in the process. So that's kind of how I look at it. To me, I have to look at the reward versus the risk involved. Right. So I look for those types of things. 20% or less is kind of what I look for. Another way you can kind of test to see if something has tested the or gone through the test of time is how long they've been around. So anything less than a year is pretty much a no-no for me. I'd like to see copy traders, if I'm looking to use somebody else's copy trader that I could subscribe to and make some money with, I want to see ones that have been around for like a year or more. 2 years is ideal. Okay. I also want to see that they've made a significant amount of money. So I want to see at least a 50% gain in the last year. And I want to see that their drawdown has been less than 20%. Okay. Another way you can also tell, this is actually probably the best thing you can do. Okay. So hear me out on this. Anybody can go out there and create an algorithm. People create algorithms every day. ChatGPT creates algorithms. I've made Forex robots on ChatGPT. Okay. They're created all day long, every day, and there's more and more coming. Some of them are great, some of them are not. Here's how you know if like this is like the true eye test. It's money talks. Money talks, right? So how much money is an algorithm trading with? If they're using just a couple $1,000s, forget about it. They're just trying to make money off you. But if you see a copy trader with like 50,000 or 100,000, 25,000 ish, maybe even 10,000 is okay, depending on the results. Like, I want to see people with real money investing pretty heavily. I want to see that they actually care about being successful, because some people will go out and just create an algorithm, put $1,000 down and see how it does. And if they can catch a couple of subscribers along the way, great. And I'm not interested. I'm like, if I'm going to put, because when I usually start a copy trader, I put five to $10,000 on each copy trader. And, for me, five or $10,000 is still like that's money I don't want to lose. I definitely want to protect that. And so if I see somebody's not even willing to put $2,000 or $10,000 of their own money on their own copy trader, I usually am not that interested. So how do you check that? Like if you go back over here, let's go back and filter this by ranking. Let's go back and check at that first one on the list. Let's look at this. What was it called? Mantle. This is the name of it. Um, this one right here, you can see like they've been around for 3.5 months. They've made a great return, but look at their balance. They've only got $2,300 in here, and they started with $1,000. All right, that's not a significant amount of money. Let's be honest. Yeah, they put some money on it, cool, but like they're just trying to attract people like you and me so that they can make their, what are they charging for this? Um $89 a month, right? So they're basically charge each person um 10% of what they put in to the account originally, just to make a little extra change. I wouldn't be surprised if this account I wouldn't be surprised if this little trading account disappears in a matter of months, just because of, they say they don't use martingale, but I doubt it. I doubt it. In fact, we can check real quick. Let's see if they change their lot size up on these trades. Yeah, they do. Like this was a point oh 0.05. They got point oh 0.04s, point oh 0.04, point oh 0.03s, um, point oh 0.02s, point oh 0.01s, right? So, they're not changing their lot size up a ton, but yeah, they're definitely changing their lot size up. So to me, that's a martingale. And so it's misleading because I'm like, I just proved that you're a martingale, and they say they don't use martingale. I just looked at the order history, right? Anyway, so let's go look, see if we can find another one. Okay, like let's find one that's been around a little bit longer. So this one's been around for 12 months. Okay, let's see. This is called KB Warrior. Oh, is this not? Oh, here we go. Okay, so yeah, they've got $5,000 on this account. It's a little bit more money, but still not a lot. And then the thing that should just draw you away immediately is the fact that they've had a 49% drawdown at one point, right? So the so you can just kind of blindly look at these. Another way you can do this is just kind of filter what you want. So like if I want something that's had a 50% gain, I want to see something that's had a drawdown of 20% or less. I want to see something that's been around for at least 1 year. You can actually just type this in here, and then go ahead and click search, and that way you can kind of get what you actually want. So now there's 47 results instead of 1,000 results. We got 47 in here that we can look through and see if they make more sense. I wish they'd tell you how much money they have on here, but they don't show you that, unfortunately. But um, oh, why is that drawdown at 30? I thought I asked for, I wanted something below 20. Yeah, there we go. Well, no, that's got 23% right there. That's weird. Yeah, I want them all below 20. And yeah, you can just click on them. Let's see, this one's been around for let's see, my Sun trading account. It says this one's been around for 2 years and 12 days. That's a decent amount of time, but it's only got $2,000 on it, right? And so that's, to me, that again is just not enough money to get me excited about copy trading it, right? So anyway, just some cool thoughts. I just wanted to share when you're combing through different copy traders. Another place you can go to look up different copy traders is MQL5. So this is the company that owns MT4 and MT5. All right. And you can go to their signals page right here. Here's the link to it for those that want it right here. And Um, so yeah, you can actually this one's harder to filter through, but you can filter by, let's say you just want let's do a list view instead. And let's say you want to trade something, like you can actually filter by subscribers, like who's subscribed to, like this one has got the most subscribers. There's 78 people subscribed to this copy trader. Um, they've got here's what's crazy about these. This has $1.4 million under management, but the actual sender account only has 7 grand on it. So a $7,000 account is commanding $1.4 million. It's absurd. It's crazy. Also, their drawdown's 49%. So that's on automatic. Like, nope, can't do that. Like this account, if it's had a 49% drawdown already, like its days are numbered. Okay, I'm just letting you know, like right now, if that's just way too big. The martingale is just absurd. To have a 49% drawdown, I can't justify that. So, but yeah, and then there's this one. This one looks a little bit better. But it's 43 subscribers, $153,000 under management, but the sender account is only $2,200. So again, I want to see accounts with more money. Let's find another one. Here's this one. This one's called Golden Bug. This one has $94,000 as the sender account. It's got $442,000 under management, which is actually a lot better. It's had a 456% return. It's been around for 133 weeks, so a little over 2 years, which is also good. My only qualm to this is that the drawdown is 33%. And so that would be a little bit outside of my range. Technically, you can set up your multiplier so that you don't copy trade at full strength, so that you don't experience those drawdowns so significantly. But for me, that's still, I have to be true to my rules on that. Like that's something I don't, when I'm evaluating, I try to stay below that 20%. Um, this one hasn't had an 80% drawdown. Wow. Geez. Yeah, its days are numbered. Wow, that won't be around forever if it's doing that. This is kind of fun though, guys. There's a lot of different things we don't have time. We're about out of time actually, but this is another fun site you can go to look around. If you guys are looking to use somebody else's copy trader, please reach out to me. There's a lot of insights I can give you before you jump into it. Just some critiques. Also, you guys can use this. This is what I use right here. Here's the link to the Google Doc. These are my tips, my 7 tips to look for before you decide to join up with some kind of trading algorithm or copy trader. Go through those 7 tips. Be pretty stingy about following those rules. It's very important that you do that. Just because I've been around the block with some of these. I've had some that have worked out really great. I've also copy traded from other traders where it's been not so great. Like I've definitely lost my fair share of money with some of these. I actually had one that was doing really well for me earlier this year. It was doing great. And then, yeah, I made like a 20, 30, 40% gain in 6 months. It was awesome. But then in June, it pulled back 20%. Like it just lost 20%. And it didn't really recover. It, it just kind of kept down. Like it just kept holding on to losing trades, which really bugged me. So I ended up actually just closing those trades out, took a 20% loss in June on that one and had to move on. So anyway, and it just kind of stayed down there, like I said. All right, I had one more thing I wanted to say before we go. Did you guys have any other questions though before we? Oh yeah, Muhammad asked earlier, how do we find yours? So I haven't launched the one on the overnight trading strategy yet. I will have a specific link with Signal Start once I have my copy trader set up with Signal Start for the overnight trading strategy. I will send that out on the website, Telegram, Facebook. It will be widely available. So just wait for that and you'll see that come out this week. So, all right. Well, this was a good call, guys. I appreciate each one of you. Hopefully, this was helpful in giving you some insights on the world of copy trading. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, and we will see you guys in the next webinar. Thanks for coming.